Hey there, 10th graders. I told you that you would have a basic 5-paragraph essay video. The first video is going to be focusing on the introduction paragraph. And just to give you the overall format of what a 5-paragraph essay should look like, it should have an introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and a conclusion. So when you're writing your essays for English class and for your end of course testing, you want to make sure that you have these 5 components when writing your paragraph. Let's first talk about what an intro paragraph looks like. The introduction of an essay should be comprised of the following. It should include, in the introduction, you should include a hook sentence, builder sentences, which is general information on the topic, such as names of the authors, names of the articles. Remember how I told you in your article summary, when you're referring to it, you would just say in the article because that's the only article you're referring to. But in an essay, you might have several passages. For example, if it was the Lakes and Reservoirs passage, or if it was the passage on Robinson Crusoe and the Swiss Family Robinson, or even if it was the passage which the essay you're working on right now is based on. So you would utilize that information on the museum's passages in your builder sentences. The final sentence of your introductory paragraph is your thesis statement. So A, B, and C, this is the exact order of your sentences for your introduction paragraph. And the thesis statement is basically your topic, your position on it, and 3 ways to support your position. So if we're focusing on the museum issue, your topic is the museum and price of admission. Your position is whether you agree that it should be free or disagree that it should be free. And then what are the 3 ways you're going to support your position, which would be the different pieces of information that you pulled out of the questions or the passages. So what does a hook sentence look like? A hook sentence, there are several ways to write a hook sentence, and I'm going to show you what those are here with this little link once it works. So one of the ways that you can write a hook sentence for an essay is by simply using a literary quote. So you can use a quote from one of the passages to help inspire people to continue reading your essay. So you can see there are a couple different examples of literary hooks here. Another thing you could do is utilize a famous quote from someone famous. The thing is when you're taking your end of course test, you're not going to have access to that information unless it's already in your passage. Another thing you can utilize as a hook for your essay is called an anecdote. All that is a short story, a short piece of information based on something that actually happened to you. So, for example, maybe you've gone to the Smithsonian Museums in Washington, D.C., and those are free museums. Or maybe you haven't gone to a museum because they cost a lot of money. Another hook sentence on how to begin an essay can be a question. Now, I really do not encourage 10th graders to utilize a question as the hook for their essay, but if you have to, depending on your writing level, you can go ahead and do that. In all reality, you should not, though. That's really more for less advanced writing, like in junior high and such. The other hook sentence you can write, the type of hook sentence is called a scene. And basically what you're doing is you're setting the scene for something that actually happened. Sometimes when you're writing, you might want to say, imagine sitting on a beach. And that's basically the concept of setting the scene. Now, when you're writing for this essay, I don't want you to use the word imagine, but that is basically what you're trying to do. You're trying to help your reader imagine what is happening. The last couple hook sentences for an essay, one is an interesting fact or definition. For example, maybe there's a specific fact in your passages that you have, because remember, you're not going to have access to go and Google that stuff. You're going to have to actually either know it or have it in the passage. So maybe there's an interesting fact in the passages that you read. And the final thing is a statistic. So there are statistics in the passages that you read for the museum article. Maybe you could use one of those. Okay, so that is a hook. That is how to write a hook sentence for an essay. And now we're going to go back to the passages, or to the introduction paragraph, and how to write that. Sorry, it went away and it wasn't supposed to. Okay, so we did the introductory paragraph as far as the hook sentence is concerned. Now we want to take a look at builder sentences. So builder sentences is general information on the topic. It includes names of authors and maybe even the names of articles. So what are the builder sentences? Builder sentences help you introduce the background information on your subject. It introduces the reader to your topic. What should you include in those things? There are 4 things you should include. When you're writing your builder sentences, try to pick the things that you would want to know about your topic if someone were telling you about it in a conversation. So those 4 things would be the name of the author and titles, personal experience with the topic, that should have been a bullet point, background information concerning the topic, and general information that you know about the topic. What is, so the builder sentences, you can typically, in a really good intro, you may have 3 to 4 builder sentences. And we're going to take a look at examples of those when we meet again for this specific topic, which is the museum's admission. Okay, and the final thing is the thesis statement. And the thesis statement is set up in one very specific way. When I was in high school, I was pretty intimidated by writing a thesis statement, but once I started learning more about it, this was the basic format that one of my English teachers gave me, and I still use it today. So for your thesis statement, you should think of your topic, which is the museum, and then your position, which is whether you agree or disagree, and then how the 3 ways you're going to support your position. So when you get into the thesis statement, I refer to this as the big TS. There's the formula again, and I even gave you an example of a good thesis statement. So our topic is dogs, and my position is that they are great pets, and then I need 3 ways to support my position. So dogs are great pets because they help owners get exercise, are loyal, and they are friendly. So those are my 3 ways I'm going to support my position. If I use this as a thesis, my paper should follow the format it lays out. For example, the first body paragraph should be about dogs helping owners get exercise. Paragraph 2 is about dogs being loyal, and paragraph 3 should be about dogs being friendly. You should be able to transition smoothly between paragraphs, so make sure you order your points in a manner that flows well logically, and each paragraph should begin with a topic sentence that relates directly back to your thesis. So right now, all this is focused on is the intro paragraph. You're going to get another video that talks about the body paragraphs, and then finally one that talks about the conclusions. So once you're done with this, I want you to go ahead. There's a little quiz. It's worth 18 points, and you can watch this video as many times as you need to. And if you have questions, please shoot me an email. Thanks.